So I'm just gonna do a quick weekly review for you boys. See what you think. So yeah, let's have a look at the first trade that I ended up taking on a USD pair this week, which was GU Cells. I called this yesterday. I gave this in my mentorship court, obviously. But let me show you the reason. So we had a 12-hour raid. Okay, candle closed bearish as well. So this 12-hour high swept another 12-hour high, which makes my buys bearish. Okay, so I expect it to go down. So then I drop down to the 1 hour, and I look for a break. Okay, because we have a sweep on the 12-hour. So if we get a break before that as well on the 1 hour, I have a 12-hour 1 hour setup. Okay, and that is what happened here. And then I entered at this. I literally got my entry at the top, so I got a perfect entry. And then it ran for almost like 2 hours, but I closed at my 1-to-1. So yeah, it was a nice trade. The other reason I took it as well is obviously because the dollar bias was so clean, man. So yeah, 12-hour close bullish here. This is a very nice wick as well on that candle. And then we broke the market structure high as well while I was in the trade. So I expected it to continue up, and that's what it did. So yeah, very nice trade. I also took some GJ cells this week. Let me go over that real quick. So we have a 1 hour breakers on here, but it's quite old. Okay, it's already been used, right? It already played here, which I wasn't involved in. But let's go to the 12-hour real quick. So the 12-hour closed bearish here. This was the candle. And then we were at this 12-hour high. Now, when I was awake at night, I saw that this candle was at this 12-hour high. So because it hit that 12-hour high, I was expecting either a reversal or a bit of retracement, right? Which could support my trade as well. And that's what it did. It tagged this high and it started reversing. Now, the reason I took the setup off this breaker zone is because we were at a 12-hour high for our stop loss. Okay, so my stop loss was at a 12-hour high here, which is a safe spot to put my stop loss. So I found it worth the risk, and then I entered at about 450, and I ran it up to the lows here. To be honest, this was a very clean target, but I just can't hold for that long. It's not in my rules, so I didn't do it. So yeah, we caught a good piece of this. That's another trade that I took this week. And then I also called a NQ trade yesterday, which I gave away for free yesterday, which fuck me, it ran for how much? Look at it. Wow, that's insane. It ran for 6 hours. So we had a 1 hour sweep, 12-hour closed bullish as well. So we also had a 12-hour sweep. Then dropped onto the 1 hour again. So yeah, we swept that 12-hour low on the 1 hour, and then we had a 5-minute break here. So then this was your setup. I entered here, closed about this high, I think it was. I just took my 1-to-1 again, honestly here I should not have done that. I should have kept holding. But yeah, we still got a win in, so let's not complain about it. So yeah, very clean week. Also took a loss, so let's go over that real quick, which I recovered already, so it's fine. But then again, a loss is a loss, so let's have a look at it as well. So that was here. Okay, there's a 1 hour sweep on this candle, and a 5-minute break. So we had a setup here, but market open was happening. So what I should have done in this case was wait for a lower high to get taken before I go for a trade. And in this case, I would want a low to get taken. Let's try and find it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this was the setup. And I kind of entered like about here. But anyway, I should have waited for a low to get taken out or high, or just waited for market open to do what it does before I took this trade. So yeah, looking back at that, I could have probably waited for the next 1 hour close. But it is what it is. We can't win them all, so yeah, we move on. But yeah, that was a very good week, I'd say. I won a good amount of trades. I can't show them all now. But it was a very good week. I called a lot of stuff as well. I called some trades on live and won them as well. So yeah, very good week overall. called a good amount of profit this week. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, just let